Today's Q&A day. I'm going to answer questions which subscribers and non-subscribers asked me. My name is Jessica Madden. On my channel, I talk about empowering ideas which helped me raise my awareness and become more successful. After the amazing trials and tribulations I had in my life, trials and tribulations which I refuse to attach a label to, I have been successful in raising my awareness and becoming a lot more successful as a result. Like I said in previous videos, if you subscribe to my channel and you're the 100th subscriber, you will get a free gift, free shipping, free around the world. First question from subscriber Chaim Baker. He asks as follows: why are Haredi ultra-Orthodox Jewish people so cold to us LGBT persons? My answer: I can't know for certain, but from what I remember growing up in the Haredi community, where certainties were set in stone, and any changes in the exact lifestyle as in marriage at age X, man and woman, gender binary set in stone, were all engraved wherever we went, it is a lot to expect to see anything different in a very short time span. These things take time. It might happen, it might not. The point is not to lose hope. And even if you put out there your life-saving predicament, pikuach nefesh, these people will not necessarily change because it's something they've been used to since they were born practically. Gender binaries, marriage, etc. Lifestyle. Question number 2 from DK. He wrote as follows: tough question. You may not want to include my question, but here it goes. I include all questions. Let me be as clear as I possibly can. I will include all questions, whatever they may be. DK, is it possible that transgender is actually only the result of a deeply rooted, unresolved sexual trauma? Answer: DK, I'll tell you as follows. My ultra-Orthodox Jewish doctor asked me a similar question. Not exact, but a similar question. He said, perhaps you were raped as a child, and that's why you identify as transgender. When I told him that actually, no, I wasn't raped as a child, and I'm very certain about that, he said, maybe you forgot about it. I wanted to actually ask him if perhaps he was raped by an alien and he forgot about it, and because he was raped by an alien, he's as a result triggered by transgender people. I didn't ask him the question, but you get my point. People have certain beliefs, and it's set in stone from the day they were born. They will do whatever they have to in order to ascertain those beliefs and in order to make themselves feel more empowered. You have to remember as well that people like looking at trauma as a means of screwing everything up, making everything seem very simple. So that was my answer to DK. D. Livesey asked me, how did you keep it all together when everything was trying to tear you apart? D. Livesey is actually referring to the periods after I got the decision in the court that I would never see my children again. A decision which was delivered on January 30th, 2017. I keep on saying 19. I'm not sure why my brain says 19. No, it was 2017, January 30th. How did I keep myself together? That's a loaded question, and these are the answers. Basically, I got through it by just taking advice from anyone I could. Some people's advice was useful. Some people's advice was a heap of garbage. Then, when that stopped working, like advice from people didn't help me anymore, I created my own sources of strength and resilience. I'd write down the blessings in my life, like being able to be myself, never facing any means of discrimination walking down the street, despite being so assured prior to my transition that I would face discrimination at every point. Having the courage to go to my children's schools for PTA, that also gave me a lot of strength and resilience and fortitude. In the beginning, the schools would insist that PTA would only be held 35 miles away from my children's school. And I agreed to that in the beginning. And even that came with a fight. But a year later, I insisted that I be held at the very school. And of course, the schools were afraid to have a transgender person walk through their doors amongst other parents. They were very happy to give me my own separate PTA, Parents' Evening, which was awesome as far as I'm concerned. My own very private PTA. I got, on average, I would say about half hour per school, which is awesome. Nobody gets that amount of time. Without having to wait, cool with me, I have no problem with that. So that was a fight, but it built my strength. I felt really courageous and strengthened as a result, and it emboldened my feelings of fortitude, of strength and courage. Another way I would deal with the situation, I tell myself, you are just so strong. I would look in the mirror and tell myself, you are just so strong. I've never met somebody as strong as you. Another way I would deal with it, I started cutting out the people in my life who were just negative and destructive. And another way I would deal with it, I would take myself shopping and feel so blessed to be able to buy clothing which I wanted and I liked. That was massive, considering that prior to my transition, I was in a cult where black and white was the only color that was allowed. The weekend of my son's bar mitzvah, which I wasn't allowed to attend, and I had no idea when it was, where it was. I knew roughly when it was, because I know his birthday. But on that weekend, I bought a lot of lollies and candy, and I listened to some amazing music on YouTube. Those two things got me through a lot of challenging days and challenging times. Another way I dealt with the situation, I say to myself that due to no choice of my own, my role as a parent is actually very easy. I really have to do very much. So I would count my blessings, and I would just put out there those vibes. I would reassure myself of those vibes. I cook some really good meals, and I do my cooking at 6 a.m. This helped me freshen my mind and get me through the day. Another way I dealt with it, I'll do a lot of supporting of other people on Facebook, on social media, and in my domestic. When I met people, I'll be very supportive of them, and I helped them. That helped me get through a lot. I felt strengthened, emboldened, and the feedback I got was really, really helpful. This is from subscriber Shalva. This is her question. How do you tell the difference between your ego talking and your real self struggling? Are you having difficult feelings? Answer: the way to tell the difference is to ask yourself, what would happen if I let go? As in, give in to that person. What will the impact be on me? Will I feel like I just can't help my situation any longer and I will suffer? By doing that, you know that was not your ego talking, it was your pain talking. Now, I want to point out that it's worth noting that fighting your ego is a difficult battle, and nobody is entirely successful all the time. That's something for you to bear in mind, inshallah. It's impossible to always be successful at this. Look at Aaron Doherty, a guy who puts out YouTube videos all the time. He talks about the fifth dimension, which he's striving and aiming for. He was trying to purchase a flight, and he was told that it would cost him an extra $200. His reaction was frustration. He was like really angry at the travel agent. He said, "Why am I paying $200 more than my girlfriend?" He was really upset. That's a guy who puts out YouTube videos all the time. So fighting your ego is a constant battle. It's not easy. But if you know that your success lies at the other end of it, it becomes easier and easier. Another way to deal with it, you start focusing on the problem from different angles. For instance, you focus it from an angle of pain, from an angle of clarity and sorting out your pain. You can then deal with it with clarity and strength. Also worth noting that when you walk away from a problem for like 20 minutes, you leave a gap, let's say you walk outside or you think about something else for a short time, then come back to it. The universe has a way of helping you to get through it and clarifying things for you. Also worth noting that when it comes to ego, the problem with ego is that you don't win. You might win today, you might even have smashed the person today, but in 20 years' time, even 30 years' time, that person will come right back at you. So if you think you've won over the other person by bolstering and strengthening your muscles today, tomorrow that person will hit you right back where it hurts. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is. So there's no winning with an ego. And it's also worth noting that when it comes to ego, the problem is that we don't realize that every one of us is a reflection of each other. So if you hit your foot, does it hurt? It hurts you right away. If you hit somebody else, it doesn't hurt you right away, but it hurts you eventually. Because we are all a reflection of each other. That's why I put this out there as well. And it's not easy. We also hurt each other. We hurt ourselves rather. We do it. We're not angels. It takes time, strength, and resilience, and courage, and determination to get to a stage when you feel emboldened and strengthened. So, when it comes to ego, remember when you're hurting somebody else, it can come right back at you. It will eventually come back, because that's the way it works with ego. It doesn't end. The game never ends with one person. It goes back and forth forever until somebody cuts the chain. So if you want to cut that chain, it's up to you. And bear in mind that nobody is entirely successful at smashing their ego their entire life. There's no such thing. It's impossible. Perfection are for angels, or for God, or for somebody else, not for us. We don't reach perfection. Imperfection is part of who we are as human beings, but we get there eventually. Other question I got from AS as follows. I'm just going to find it. This is a question from AS. AS asked me, do you regret your transition? Answer, hell no. It was life-saving. I'm so pleased I did it. AS asked the question, well, what did it feel like after you got divorced? Answer to AS, it was like lifting a cloud, a heavy weight off my shoulders. It was the right thing to do. I'm so pleased I did it. AS, do you regret, what did it say? One second. I'm trying to find the answer to this one. He asked me, AS, do you miss your children? Of course I miss my children. And the answer to that precisely is, of course I miss my children. I miss them dearly. But I know that what I did was make sure that my children have two vibrant, strong, healthy parents. Prior to my transition, suicide attempts were practically a daily experience. So, of course I miss my children, but I know that I made sure that my children have two viable, strong, and vibrant parents. What more could you ask for? That's amazing. I know I'm doing the right thing. Like I said, my means of parenting is very limited. In a way, I'm blessed. I hear people going through their lives, dealing with their children, and it's not easy. It's not easy bringing up children. So I've been blessed in many ways. I don't have to do much to parent. I just do what I have to do, fight the fight I gotta fight, and I'm blessed as a result. Those are answers to some of the questions I was asked. Some of the questions I asked myself, like I was sort of giving myself this kind of questioning. Like, I questioned myself, how could I get to a better place of even becoming stronger and worrying less about my ego? I think the answer to that question is basically by putting out daily videos, it's amazing thing. When you put out daily videos, you feel empowered, strengthened, you embolden those strengths within you, and you feel empowered as a result. So that's basically it. Daily videos is something I encourage people to do, and I encourage people to compete with me. Slashing my ego. It's good. It's good for competition. It's good for people to be out there, feel empowered, and just shine. Putting out your daily videos gets up the vibes and you shine. And once again, I wanted to mention the fact that my 100th subscriber will get that free gift, free shipping, free worldwide. Free gift. And I also wanted to mention the fact that if you want to see my videos ASAP, as soon as they come out, press that subscribe button. It's that easy. Have an awesome day, awesome vibes, and high frequency and vibrations.